A key initiative of the cruciform perspective is to distance Jesus from violent portraits of God in the Old Testament. But what if one New Testament writer sought to do the very opposite? Hi, I'm Paul. The aim of this video ministry is to deepen your love of God through theology and to provide you with resources to help you counter the errors of progressive theology. Let's explore the witness of Jude. With only 25 verses, Jude's epistle is the shortest New Testament book, yet it upholds the high Christology of the New Testament church. In the 5th verse, Jude puts Jesus in God's place at the Exodus. Now I want to remind you, he writes, that Jesus, who saved a people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed those who did not believe. In his effort to deal with this violent portrait of Christ, Dr. Boyd remarks, I don't know why the ESV inserts Jesus into this verse, because he's not mentioned in the Greek. In fact, the Greek word for Jesus, Jesus, does appear in the earliest Greek manuscripts of Jude, and hence finds its way into the most recent reconstructions of the Greek New Testament, published by Nestle Ireland and the Society of Biblical Literature, and with which the ESV, NET, and NLT committee translations also agree. The textual variant, the Lord, which appears in other Greek manuscripts, is of no help in any case to someone who would deny that the Lord destroyed those who did not believe. But, Dr. Boyd maintains, one can still speak of an agent doing an action when they merely establish the circumstances in which that action was brought about. For example, he continues, in 1 Corinthians 7, Paul tells Christian women to stay with their non-Christian husbands, for by this means you will save your husbands. Of course, he didn't mean that the wives would become saviors of their husbands, but their staying in the marriage sets the stage where this could happen. Now, if there's no reason to deny that the women could serve as saving instruments under the primary saving work of God, then why may Paul not consider their instrumentality salvific? Ask yourself, by way of analogy, who sought Jesus to heal an unwell servant in the Gospels? The centurion, as Matthew reports, or the Jewish elders he sent as messengers in Luke? The answer is the centurion, the primary agent, and the messengers, the instruments of the message transmission. That the centurion merely established the circumstances for the encounter in no way diminishes his agency with respect to the action of the verb. Would the cruciform thesis then concede the active role of Jesus in the deliverance of Israel from Egypt and the destruction of those who do not believe? Would it acknowledge Jesus as the doer of the violent verb destroy? If we account for the earliest manuscript readings of Jude and ordinary construals of what it means to act through means and instruments, we in fact learn of Jesus' wonderful and mighty deeds prior to the birth of Christ, and gain assurance that the God depicted throughout all of Scripture is the same God with the same holy character.